Hello, I'm Will Stott, and this is a recipe for exporting an SSL certificate as supplied by the likes of GoDaddy to the PFX format required for installation on Microsoft servers. It's part of a collection of recipes published on the website FitterWork.org. This recipe should take you about 30 minutes to complete. You need to use the same computer for all the implementation tests, and you need to do all the implementation in one sitting. So don't leave it days between doing one part and another. There's a full discussion about the recipe on the website FitterWork.org. In terms of an overview, we're going to use a utility provided by the Windows operating system called Internet Information Services, IIS. We'll use that to create a certificate request file, which will then upload onto the GoDaddy site in order to obtain a certificate. In our case, we're just going to rekey an existing certificate, but you can also use a CSR in order to obtain a new certificate. Once the SSR has been uploaded onto GoDaddy, the certificate will be generated. Then you can download it as a CRT file onto your computer. You then continue to use IIS to import the certificate onto your local PC. This then allows you to export it as a PFX file. And that's really all that there is to it. You just have to follow everything pretty closely to make sure it'll all work. If you haven't used IIS before, you may need to install it onto your computer. You can do this from the control panel. You just go to Programs, and then from Programs, you go to Programs and Features, and then turn on the Windows feature, which is IIS. Pretty simple, and doesn't involve downloading or installing any software. Once you've installed IIS, you can access it from the control panel, Administrative Tools. Once open on your desktop, you need to select your computer, then select Server Certificates, and then select Open Features. The Open Features will then give you a list of the certificates already installed, but here we want to create a certificate request. So click on the link and a dialog opens which prompts you to put in some details about your certificate. You then need to make sure that you set the bit length for the cryptographic certificate as 2048 bits, not the default 1024. Finally, you need to give the name of the file on your local PC where the request will be stored. Stored as a simple text file so you can open it with something like Notepad. You then need to go to your certificate provider's website. Here I'm using GoDaddy. You need to either buy a new certificate or rekey an existing one. In this case, I'm rekeying an existing certificate. So I'll start by logging on. I then click Rekey and Manage, and then click the Rekey certificate. This creates the signing request form, and this is where you need to paste your CSR certificate. So you just need to use something like Notepad to open the file and then cut and paste into the form. You then need to save the form and then submit all saved changes. Clearly, different certificate providers will do things in a different way, but the process is generally the same. You have to take your certificate request, paste it into some form, and then ask the certificate provider to give you a certificate based on the information you've supplied. After about 10 minutes or so, a certificate provider will send you an email telling you the certificate is ready for download. You click the link in the email and that will take you straight to the certificate. Then click on it and then select your server type and download the zip file. This is all pretty straightforward. Once you've got the zip file, you need to extract it and put it onto your local PC. You then need to go back to IIS and complete your certificate request. This involves uploading the certificate that you've just downloaded and extracted onto your local PC, and giving it a friendly name. Once done, you'll see the certificate in IIS. Here, FitterWork.org. That's installed the CRT certificate. You now need to install the intermediary certificate. The easiest way of doing that is by using File Explorer to go to the directory where you extracted this certificate, find the P7B file, right-click, and then click Install Certificate. This will open the certificate import wizard. You then need to put the certificate into the intermediate certificate store. Click Finish, and then you'll see a message saying the certificate's been successfully imported. Okay, so now you're done. You just need to export the certificate in the required PFX form. You do this by going back to IIS, selecting the certificate, and then clicking on Export. A dialog opens, prompting you to give the location and file name for the exported certificate, as well as its password. Important to remember this password because you'll need this when importing the certificate into somewhere like Azure. If you go to the directory you specified, you can now see the PFX file successfully exported. And that's the end of it.